You're watching the Weiss channel. Today we're talking about probability when you roll two dice, when you flip a coin, and when you pick a card from a standard deck of cards. For example, let's pretend that you have two dice. One is a green die, the other one is purple. So in other words, if you get a 1 on the purple and a 1 on the green, you get a 2, right? If you get a 4 on the purple and a 6 on the green, that roll is a 10. These are all the possible outcomes on two dice, okay? So what's the probability of getting a 2, right? There are 36 total possible outcomes. So the chances of rolling a 2 is just 1 out of 36. Probability of a 2 is 1 out of 36. How many 3s do we see here? There's 2 opportunities to get a 3 out of 36. So the probability of getting a 3 is 2 out of 36, which reduces to 1/18. What's the probability of a 4? There's 1, 2, 3 4s. 3 out of 36, 1 out of 12. 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 5s, 4 out of 36, or 1/9. 6s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. 5 out of 36. 7s, 6 out of 36, or 1/6. 8s, 5 out of 36. 9s, 4 out of 36, or 1/9. 10s, 3 out of 36, or 1/12. 11s, 2 out of 36, or 1/18. 12s, 1 out of 36. Those are the probabilities of rolling each number. So if you flip a coin, you could get heads or tails. The probability of getting heads is 1 out of 2. The probability of tails is 1 out of 2. If you flip a coin twice, you could get heads, then heads, heads, then tails. You get tails, then heads, or tails, then tails. What's the probability of getting heads, then heads? That's just one chance out of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 out of 4. What's the probability of getting just tails? That would also be 1 out of 4, right? On 3 flips, you could get heads, 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 tails, heads, tails, heads, heads, tails, 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 heads, heads, tails, heads, tails, 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 heads, or tails, tails, tails. There are 8 outcomes, 8 possible outcomes. What's the probability of getting just heads? 3 heads. That would be 1 out of 8. Probability of 3 tails is also 1 out of 8. Okay. Playing cards, right? Spades, you have ace through king. Clubs, you have ace through king. Diamonds, ace through king. And hearts, ace through king. Okay. Each one is called a suit. Spades are a suit. Clubs are a suit. Diamonds are a suit. Hearts are a suit. Okay. So, what's the probability of getting a red card? That would be 1/2, because half of the cards are red, half of the cards are black. What's the probability of picking a diamond? That would be 1 out of 4, because there are 4 suits, and one of the suits are diamonds, so chances are 1 out of 4. Or you could say 13, right? There are 13 diamonds out of 52, but 13 out of 52 reduces to 1/4. What's the probability of picking a jack? 4. There are 4 jacks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 jacks out of 52, which reduces to 1/13, right? There's 1 jack for every 13 cards, right? What's the probability of getting clubs? 1 out of 4, the same as diamonds, right? You've been watching the Weiss channel.